She stormed into the post office like she owned the place. "Excuse me," she yelled, slamming her HOA clipboard on the counter. "All HOA mail comes directly to me now. I'm the president." The old postmaster, Mr. Jenkins, froze mid-stamp. He'd seen entitled folks before, but this woman? She was something else. "Ma'am," he said slowly, "we can't just hand over mail that doesn't belong to you." Karen scoffed. "That's where you're wrong. I represent the entire neighborhood. HOA rules say I have access to all correspondence related to community management." She waved a fake-looking paper in his face, covered in bold red stamps and her signature. Behind her, I stood in line, holding my own letter from the HOA. I'd just moved into the neighborhood 2 weeks ago, and this woman had already left 3 notes on my door. Fence color violation, lawn too long, unapproved mailbox. Now she was here, trying to take over the post office, too. Jenkins looked at her papers and frowned. "This isn't legal authority," he said, pushing it back across the counter. "You can't claim other people's mail. That's a federal offense." Karen leaned in, voice sharp. "Do you even know who I am? My husband knows the county sheriff. I'll have this post office shut down by tomorrow if you don't comply." The whole room went quiet. I could feel the tension in the air, like something was about to explode. Jenkins straightened up, took a deep breath, and then did something no one expected. He pressed the red button under the counter. Karen blinked. "What did you just do?" He looked her dead in the eye. "I just called the postal inspectors, ma'am. You just tried to commit mail theft on federal property." Her face turned pale, then red, then furious. You can't do this. I'm the HOA president." Jenkins folded his arms. "Then you should know better." I couldn't help it. I smirked, because finally, someone had the courage to stand up to her.
Karen's confidence started to crack the moment 2 men in dark uniforms stepped through the post office doors. They weren't local cops. These guys had badges that read United States Postal Inspection Service. The whole room went silent, except for the click of their boots. "Ma'am," one of them said calmly, "we received a report of attempted mail tampering. Step away from the counter, please." Karen turned on her charm instantly. "Oh, this is just a misunderstanding," she said, forcing a laugh. "I'm the HOA president of Willow Creek Estates. I'm simply here to collect community mail. Official documents, you know." The inspector raised an eyebrow. "Community mail? You mean private mail addressed to individual residents?" Her smile faltered. "Well, yes, but I oversee the community. It's part of my role." I could see the inspector's patience thinning. "Ma'am, do you understand that intercepting or possessing another person's mail without authorization is a federal crime under Title 18, Section 1702? Karen blinked fast, clearly out of her depth. "You're making it sound criminal! I was just helping! Our HOA runs this neighborhood, and people expect me to handle things properly." That's when Jenkins spoke up, his voice firm. "No one expects you to break the law, Mrs. Weaver." Her head snapped toward him. "You watch your tone. I have every right to—" "Enough," the inspector cut her off. "We'll need to see that document you showed earlier." Karen hesitated, clutching the fake letter. The inspector took it from her hand, scanned it once, and shook his head. "This isn't official. It's not even notarized. It's a printout with your name written in pen." The other inspector quietly spoke into his radio. Karen's voice rose in panic. "Wait, this is a mistake. I was just doing my duty. You can't arrest me for helping." And that's when I saw it, the faint smirk on Jenkins' face. He knew she'd pushed too far this time. One of the inspectors looked at her, calm but cold. "Ma'am, you're coming with us for questioning. Anything you say can and will be used against you." Her jaw dropped. "You can't be serious! This is my town!" Jenkins muttered under his breath, just loud enough for me to hear. Not anymore.
Karen's shrill voice echoed through the post office as the inspectors led her outside. Everyone inside peeked through the glass windows, pretending to mind their own business, but clearly enjoying every second of it. She kept yelling, "You people don't understand! I run this neighborhood! Those letters belong to me!" But no one was buying it anymore. As the inspectors guided her to their vehicle, I noticed something. She was still clutching her phone, frantically recording everything. "You're all going to regret this," she shouted. "I'm calling my lawyer. The HOA will sue every one of you." The lead inspector turned, his expression stone cold. "Ma'am, for your sake, I suggest you stop filming and listen to your rights." Inside, Jenkins exhaled deeply, rubbing his temples. "Every week she comes in here with a new story," he muttered. "First it was about unapproved mailboxes, then about me withholding HOA checks. I knew it was only a matter of time before she crossed the line." I stepped forward. "She's been harassing everyone in the neighborhood too," I said quietly. "She threatened to fine me for putting up a flag on my porch." Jenkins looked up. "You knew there?" 2 weeks, and already wondering what kind of place I moved into." He gave a tired chuckle. "You'll fit right in if you can handle a storm like her." Just then, Karen's voice carried through the open door again. "I know my rights! You can't treat me like a criminal for trying to keep order!" The inspector's tone turned sharp. "Ma'am, you're being detained for attempted mail theft and obstruction. Step inside the vehicle." She froze. That single word, theft, finally hit her. Her voice cracked. I was just trying to help." But no one answered her. The car door shut, and the sound of it echoed like a closing chapter. As the vehicle pulled away, Jenkins quietly said, "You'd be surprised how many people think power gives them permission." I stared at the fading car, something uneasy stirring inside me. Because if I knew Karen, this wasn't over.
For a few days after the arrest, the whole town felt peaceful. No angry notes on doors, no HOA patrols driving around taking pictures of mailboxes. People were even laughing again at the community cafe. It was like the neighborhood had taken a deep breath for the first time in years. But I had a strange feeling it wouldn't last. Sure enough, 3 days later, a black SUV rolled into the post office parking lot. Out stepped Karen, not in handcuffs this time, but with a smug grin and sunglasses big enough to hide her eyes. She looked untouchable again. She strutted inside, ignoring the stares. "Well, looks like justice prevailed," she said loudly, tossing her hair. "False accusations don't stick when you know people in high places." Jenkins froze mid-step. "You're not supposed to be here, ma'am," he said carefully. Karen smirked. "Oh, relax. My lawyer cleared everything up. No charges, no fines. I even got an apology letter." But then she made her mistake. She slapped a new paper onto the counter and said, "From now on, all HOA mail must go through me, by court order." Everyone went silent. Jenkins slowly took the paper and looked at it. Then he laughed. Not a polite laugh, but one that came from disbelief. "You forged another document," he said quietly. Her smile faded. "What?" He turned the paper around. "Court orders come with seals, not cheap clip art." Her eyes widened. You don't know what you're talking about." Just then, the door opened again. The same postal inspector walked in, holding a file. "Funny timing," he said, looking straight at Karen. "We just finished verifying that apology letter you bragged about. It's fake, too." Karen's confidence shattered. No, it can't be." The inspector held up a warrant. "This time, it's real." She tried to back away, but 2 officers were already behind her.
As they took her out, she kept screaming, "This is harassment! I own this community!" The inspector shook his head. "You don't own anything you can't respect." The room went quiet again. Only this time it felt right. Justice had actually worked. Jenkins finally smiled at me. "Guess we can get back to